Before you start using Git, it would be nice to get familiar with terminal commands for navigating your file system. So, directory is the proper name for folder, so this would be the Eclipse directory, this would be the administrator directory. These are a bunch of terminal commands. There's, of course, a whole lot more than these, but these are kind of basic ones for just navigating around. So pwd stands for print working directory, and it will tell you where you are, what is your current directory. ls stands for list. cd stands for change directory, if you want to move into a new directory. And mkdir stands for make directory, so you can create a new one if you want to. There are also commands for copying files and moving files and deleting files and a whole bunch of other stuff, and if you're curious, you can read about that on your own. But for the moment, let's go ahead and fire up the terminal. I will be using Baboon, which uses a terminal called the Z shell. You might have downloaded Git Bash, which uses the Bash shell. The Bash and Z shell are just two different types of terminal that you could use. So here we are. I'm going to type pwd for print working directory. So it says my working directory is /home/David. So I'm going to do cd for change directory, and I'm going to change the directory to just the C drive by doing /c. If I do print working directory, you see it says /c, and then if I type ls, that will list all of the things in the C drive. Okay, so here's what I want to point out. Let's open up File Explorer. So the list of things here in the C drive is the same as the list here. You can sort of match them up item for item. So here's the Dell directory, there's the Dell directory. Here's a drivers directory, there's a drivers directory. So this is really just an alternative to navigating graphically here. So for example, if I wanted to go into the Dell directory, here's what it contains. Over here I would say cd Dell, and then list, and there's update package. What if I want to go back up? So here I would click the back, or maybe I would click here to go back up one. Here you type cd space ... So ... means go up a directory. And then I can type list again, and here I am. Okay, so there's a couple of shortcuts to know about. Let's say I want to go into the drivers directory. I don't have to type out the full word drivers. I just have to type dr. And you'll notice there's nothing else that starts with dr. So if you type tab, it will auto-complete the rest of drivers. If I type D and then click tab, it'll list all of the things that start with D. And if I keep hitting tab, it will let me navigate through the things that I might want to select. So drivers, and then I can hit enter, and that's it. So that's sort of a nice space saver. If you remember that the Dell directory only contained one subfolder, check this out. I can type cd Dell, and then if I hit tab again, it auto-completes to the next directory that was inside Dell, because there was only one choice in there. Alright, so why don't you give a try to these various commands. Use cd, cd folder name, and then cd ... and then ls to list things. Let me show you one other way to list. ls space -la will list including full details. So here you see on the very right-hand side, these are the actual directories and files. Here on the very left-hand side, this is a notation that tells you who has permission to read, write, and execute your files. This is about your owner and the group owner. This is about the file size. This is about the last edit date that the file was edited. Okay, come back next time and we'll do some Git.